on to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Owen Hayes. You're watching Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented to you by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. And don't forget, you got to get over to Fisherman's now. It's the Buoy 10 sale that's going on right now, and everybody is clamoring, trying to get their gear for this season, fall Chinook season, that is. So don't forget that. Shop local. Everyone. All right, today we've got a busy one lined up for you. We're going to have a couple of different live reports, and we're going to cover from one end of the state to the other when you're talking about the coast, that is. First, we're going to check in with Tony Amato from Salmon Trout Steelhead Magazine. I mean, there's no question that you know what that is. We're going to have Tony and Nick. They're actually down on the Rogue this morning, chasing some Chinook around. And yesterday, I know they had some success. This morning, they just recently got started. So we'll find out together if they're having any success this morning. I guess it's been decent. Yes, the big story is the Buoy 10 fishery, no doubt. But there's a lot of other opportunities up and down the coast, and the Rogue is certainly one of them. Known more for bigger fish, not as many, but bigger. And they got some decent ones yesterday that were, well, I should say this, they're dandies. They're good ones. We'll have those photos to show when we talk to Tony with that here in just a little bit. Then we're going to fly all the way up north, crossing our fingers that technology comes with us. We're going to check in with Chris Bertopoulos. He's the owner-operator of Crispy's Guide Service. You've seen him here on the show many times. He's easily one of our top guides here in the Northwest, and one of my favorite people to talk with. We're going to find out how things are for him out of the Buoy 10 area. Now, I believe he's over there in the saltwater like the majority of folks are, but we'll find that out together as well, where he actually is. It's been an interesting couple of days. Today being the third, it's been open the last 2 days. Again, today being the third day. Reports from the saltwater and from the river. We'll get to that in this upcoming segment, our report segment. I'll have my report from this week as well, chasing some salmonoids around, just a lot smaller ones, and complete failure, but we'll have that. Also, I'll give you my update for all those that may care. It's that time. Everybody, if you're going to be bow hunting this year, you got to get yourself ready to go. And I've got everything dialed in when you're talking about the bow. Now, myself, not so much, but the bow is good to go. We'll talk a little bit about that in my report segments. Of course, we'll have fish counts, which is kind of interesting. Well, we'll leave it at that. It's kind of interesting. We'll also have river levels, which now that the Columbia is open, it is certainly something that we all need to be paying attention to. A couple of reminders we're going to get in there. Then we also have another special guest. Andy Carson is going to be sharing what our weather forecast is going to be like this week, this upcoming week. We actually have him here on a Saturday morning, so looking forward to checking in with him. Also, we're going to have your Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week, and we're actually going to do 2 of them this week. We're going to do another one tomorrow. I'm going to kind of slant it more towards the hunting side of things. But today, we're going to talk about spinners, okay, because this is the time of year that there's no question. Well, geez, man, there's quite a few. But along with stuffer baits, the majority of folks out there, they're running some sort of spinner setup. And the question was very good that we're going to address today is storage, how to take care of your investment. And we all know that that's a real thing. I mean, look at that. These are not inexpensive, right? Overall, once you start stacking up a couple hundred, it seems like, of these things, you got to know how to take care of them, especially if you're going to spend time in the saltwater, and different ways that you can take care of just your blades, right? We all have, and I'm sure, as you can imagine, I got a lot of blades. We all have a ton of our blades, right? Just by themselves, because we're making soft spinners, interchangeable spinners, where we can go from one blade to another, different color pattern, whatever it might be. How to take care of those, and we're going to cover that in that Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week, at least the way that I like to do it. There's 100 different ways, I'm sure, but at least this way you'll keep them from rusting and you'll keep them organized, which is very important. How many times have you gone through that box of all your blades and just filtering through them all, trying to find whatever blade it is that you're trying to find? We're going to show you a couple of ways to do that easily. So we got a ton, but we also got a lot of photos that we're going to be showing you. Everybody's been sending in photos, and we want you to keep doing that. We're going to show you how you can actually send them in. The easiest way to do so, there's a couple of ways to do it, but let's start showing some of those photos. There might even be some interesting ones in here too. Bailey with a nice smallmouth. A lot of that going on right now. My good friend Jody Smith is down there on the Umpqua just putting up hundreds a day, it seems like. Brewster, Sockeye, Martin and Drew. Oh, it's good to see those guys. They're all the way over there having fun. That fishery has just been insane. Makes you wonder why they closed us off down below Bonneville. But I'm not going to get sidetracked. Here's another one. Brody's first Mackinac. God, that's a good one. Those are just amazing fish. One of my favorite fish of all. They grow so slow. Got to take care of those things. Also, here's a combo trip. Looks like, I'm going to say Sean. I haven't seen it spelled that way, but I got a weird spelling name too, so I get it. Certainly a lot of filleting going on there. Whoever they were with is going to be doing some serious butchering. Hopefully they got some good Kershaw fillet knives to make sure they can get that done. Dan out of Garibaldi, and as long as folks have been able to get out, that's been a really good fishery this year, all the way up and down the coast, from Coos Bay up to Garibaldi and further north. Makes me want to get out there. I got to talk to Mikey. Mike, are you watching this morning? Are you fishing? You got Big Red out there? Anyway, Frankie's first catch, nice trout. This was sent in from Scott. Thanks for sending that over. And we will get to show you how to do it. It's very simple. Also, looks like we got a call hanging. So if I get this done quickly, we're going to get that call up. Hag Lake. Ryan, I completely failed you this week. We'll talk about that in my upcoming report. Nice photo, by the way. Look at that. I don't even know what the heck that is, but I bet you it's delicious. But it's orange, so I don't know if you got to keep it or not, but I guarantee it's delicious. I don't know why I keep it. No, that is for sure. There's a lean cod for you. Robin, good job. That, to me, is the perfect size. Those big monsters, yeah, they're cool. I like the photos and just let them go. That's just me. It's the Fox 12 app. It's the easiest way to download those photos and videos that we show each of our shows. But there's other ways. You can become a fan on our Facebook page as well and send them in. Ask questions. Ryan does the best he can to communicate with folks there. But that Fox 12 app is by far the easiest way. And let alone, you can keep up with weather, what the local reports are around here, local news, and everything GPS. And you can't overlook the other shows that are here on our station, Around the House Northwest, by all means, especially if you're like me. You need all the help you can get with that stuff, and Eric will always take care of you on that as well. But let's quickly, before I have to cut away, let's pick up Richard. Richard's from Kenmore. Richard's one of my favorites. He's been contributing to this show for, I don't even know how long, Richard, many, 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 many years. But you've got a quick report for everyone on the Washington fisheries. What's going on for you up there?
It's a mess, Owen. This is the worst that I've seen the Department of Fish and Wildlife structure our fisheries to tell us on the list of agreed to fisheries that we can fish these days, closing it on the days that it's supposed to be open, opening it on days that aren't supposed to be open. We have a mop-up fishery tomorrow for the rest of our Chinook in Area 7, 9, 10, and a 3-day opener in Elliott Bay. So it's been waiting for the updates from the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife telling us if we can fish or not, and them giving us 18 hours notice before it opens. I feel bad for these guides that have these trips booked and telling their people that, hey, we just can't fish today. It's a mess. So when your director from the ODFW comes on and is that transparent, you guys are lucky, and hopefully it stays in that direction.
Richard, I feel for you, man. I've got friends that live up in that area. They're dealing with the exact same thing that you mentioned. They actually call me to see if I have any info. I'm like, you need to get a hold of Richard. We need to get you a Facebook page or a Instagram, something or other, where people can follow along with what's going on. Because you got to be a genius rocket scientist to figure some of these regulations out, let alone in Oregon. But Washington is, no question, an absolute mess. But you're right. I'm glad that you mentioned that. Having the director come in here to from ODFW to come into my studio, that got him a lot of traction, and it really shows, hopefully, that there's just some light at the end of the tunnel for all of us. But Richard, I hope that things improve. Get down to the Bowie 10 fishery, man. Get away from there. You like coming south. The fishing's been pretty good.
Hey, man, I already got my dates planned, the 22nd through the 26th. Hotels booked, everything. And, you know, fishing's been really, really good up here, Owen. There's no shortage of Chinook.
Nice.
It's just the opportunity to go get them. I mean, it's banger fishing, half-hour, two-limit fish fishing.
Well, that's great to hear. A lot of those fish are heading south, everyone. Let's hope that they make it and get past Richard, and you know, everybody can have a little bit of fun. But Richard, I hope things clean up a little bit for you up there. We appreciate the heads up. Good luck when you get back out there, and thanks again, as always, for sharing some info.
Thanks, Owen. Have a great day.
You too, bud. Take care. Be safe up there. All right, everyone, we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, we're going to have my report segment, fish counts, river levels, couple of reminders, let you know what I was doing this week. Ultimate failure. Embarrassing, actually, but it's real, so I'll make sure to share it with everyone. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.